Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Hello.
I'm guessing you saw me go live because I typed the password in wrong, so you clearly didn't see me join the server.
Oh, no, I just saw a Steam notification.
Oh, that. Alright, fair enough. I forgot about that one.
I've got a depressed pal and a pal with a sprain, and I can't tell whether I give a shit or not. Even though I've got thousands of medicine now.
No. I was like, hey Emily, how's it going? Yeah, especially since, like, okay, your base is working just fine, and then you have everything you need, and the one pal's still spraying.
How's you? Emily_Wills. I'm good. Emily_Wills. How about you?
I have a viewer giving the generic script again.
Yeah.
No, the hi, how about you? I'm good. How, or hi, how are you? I'm good. How about you? If I can think of it, hi, how are you? I'm good. How about you?
Emily_Wills. That's good.
And say that's good again. They're on loop. I caught them in a time loop. I'm good. How about you? I'm good. How about you? I wonder if it's because of what I'm talking about. Maybe it is like listening to me, and every time I say "How about you," it thinks it's at that part of the script.
Emily_Wills. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Could you get it to sort of fall back on itself to earlier bits of the conversation then?
Yeah. Well.
Emily_Wills. Where are you from, dude?
I'm from Mars. There we go.
Oh.
What's it to do with that answer?
Emily_Wills. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, is the new phrase, is the new thing for it to say ha 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 whenever it gets an error response?
Emily_Wills. LOL.
Oh, I don't understand this. It must be a joke. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I randomly scout around and see if there's any interesting mods. There's one that just bumps all the bosses to level 50, apparently.
Why you do prank with me?
Nice. Yeah, looking at their username, it does just sound like they're sort of ripping off a was it a porn star?
Also, they've not said anything about what I'm streaming yet. But another thing, like, okay, why are you here if you're not here to watch Palworld?
Emily_Wills. Tell me, where are you from?
The city of Ossington. Occurs to me, it just now occurs to me I didn't even check if I had the Mercy Ring on her or not.
Oh.
Well, you get PAL fluids either way, so.
Yeah. You can get Penking on one of the, is it the first, nature reserve sort of thing?
I was just circling around doing random bosses.
Yeah. Certainly from doing loads and loads of dungeon crawls, I've just got so many ancient technology, whatchamacallit, the little fuse looking things.
Emily_Wills. Why you not add panel in your stream?
Because seems only bots care about the fact that I don't have panels on my stream. Like,
what do panels do?
they're like the little description things you can put in the stream. Like, you know, on Twitch, you can put like, you know, your bio and whatever down there, however you want.
Huh.
Yeah, just it's done. The formatting just panels.
But I'm not bot.
Yeah, I've not really done anything to convince me. And bots can say they're not bots. You've not done anything.
Emily_Wills. Nah man, I'm not, I'm real person.
Yeah, sure you are. What game am I playing? Well, bot should be able to even tell me that, just because they should be able to look at the description, but for some reason they don't.
Huh.
You think that'd be an easy response to be like,
Emily_Wills.
yeah, like,
You do prank with me.
I guess that's a whole nother API that they've got to worry about if they want to
Yeah.
pull in metadata, though. I don't know.
oh yeah, Kick doesn't even really have a public API yet either, so they'd have to actually like phrase the
right.
they would have to phrase
What's
the
your
page
Instagram?
to get the info.
Yeah.
I don't even have an Instagram.
Emily_Wills. Can I show you my panels?
So you should give him Johnny Sin's Instagram.
Emily_Wills. Have Discord.
Yeah, it's just funny how predictable the bot behavior is. Even with the freaking AI and it listening and whatever, it's like
Yeah.
still a machine at the end of the day. Hey, you look at AI art long enough, you kind of get like the general feel of certain, like even if you don't understand the patterns, you kind of get the feel of what it's going for. Especially the AI's inability to keep continuity.
Huh.
Yeah, like it's like, I don't know, it's this weird like dream sensation that whenever the AI stops paying attention to something and it goes back to it, it just completely forgets and puts something else over it. I guess one thing this AI has done is given that like it's the only thing I've seen really given that dream kind of weirdness to anything.
Yeah.
Emily_Wills. Follow you.
I guess that's another thing of neural networks imitating the brain, though. That's how brains build dreams. So it's
Yeah.
it's parallel, I guess.
Emily_Wills. I got you Discord.
Did you really? Caught you Discord.
Pew pew pew. All your Discord belong to me.
I have you now. Luke, turn off your targeting computer. Oh, no, wait, no. It was... Why'd you turn off your targeting computer?
Emily_Wills. If you look at your Discord. Emily_Wills. I requested you.
Makes me think of the what was the name of the ship? The cruiser that beached and capsized itself off of Italy.
Oh look, it sent me a friend request on Discord. Block.
I'm impressed it actually I'm impressed it managed to get that far though.
Yeah, well, I just haven't linked on the bio, but...
Just imagine the a captain of the cruise ship stating in his report, I was using my feelings.
Wait, actually, come think of it.
Emily_Wills.
How did it
Really?
get the? I'm trying to think of what it took to get that, because what I have linked to the bio is a link to my Discord server.
Yeah.
Did it just assume I was the owner, or did it actually like look up my username? Wait, did it even join? Hey, look. No, I don't see a join message. They didn't join my Discord to get me. I mean, I guess. Leopardcake 008. What? It would have to have gotten the 008 from somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, not impossible, but still, like, not like it's not immediately accessible information, unless it just got me from one of the previous bot attempts. I just looked it up or something. I don't know. It's just part of a network with something else.
Yeah. I guess it might have a nice connection with some database.
Oh, I mean, yeah, there's no point of even trying to use bots if you don't have the resources to launch like 100 of them.
Yeah.
Because it's the fact that they're cheap to rapid fire that makes it work. As long as one gets through, you know, you've made all of it worth it.
Yeah.
Now I'm collecting all the live lift eulogies that I don't need.
Yeah, I've got 177 now, so good luck. I found 3 more yesterday, and I was like, "What? Where did these even come from?"
Imagine Destiny get a silent update that just adds more of them.
Be like, hell. I think that should be a feature where once you've got enough effigies, they just switch them off.
Or maybe like, you know, once you max out the level, you can sell the rest of them.
Yeah.
They no longer are key items. Or maybe, you know, there's like you can't give them other players, but you can sell them somehow.
Yeah, that would be nice. Effigy black market.
Or maybe you could trade them for like level up scrolls or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Or even just increased probability, because it is sort of slightly annoying that you waste so many spheres, even though the spheres aren't that hard to get.
Well, that's what the level for the eulogy level is supposed to do anyway. So basically, at that point, maybe we'll just add more levels.
Yeah.
It's just let you spend more of them on more eulogy levels. Yeah, because there is a lot of them. Like I don't even Breath of the Wild overdid it by this much. But I think Breath of the Wild, you at least need like half the total to max everything out.
Right.
Whereas this game, you can like lap the amount you need 3 times over and still be fine in some.
Yeah. I do quite like that though, that you don't have to scour every corner of the map to.
Oh yeah, but I'm thinking like they took overabundance and like overabundance to the overabundance.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I still don't have the ring on. Oops. just gagged Relaxosaurus. It also died standing up. Like it's clearly gone limp, but it hasn't fallen over. It's like one of those. It's like an inflatable. It's like an inflatable of the PAL, but it's ever so slightly underinflated.
It's a shame you can't like throw rocks or something. Just sort of try and bounce something off its head to see if it.
Oh yeah,
moves.
just something to play with the physics engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's the Gary's mod version of Palworld? Yeah, especially since Nintendo is having them take down all the Pokemon stuff and everything else.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, hey, suddenly Palworld models are more popular. And whatever alternatives. The one mod that, at least in the legal sense, should technically be safe, although, I mean, Gary's mod can still take down whatever they want because they feel paranoid. The one that lets you play literal Mario 64 in Gary's mod.
Oh wow. I'm surprised Nintendo didn't go after that as well.
Well, it's because, well, okay, the reason why that one's legal is because it's a reverse engineering project, which is legal in America. If you recreate something bit by bit from scratch without using any of the original material you're recreating.
Huh.
And they also they require a ROM for the actual, like, assets, so they don't provide that in the project. You have to bring that yourself. So ideally, to use it legally yourself as the end user, you have to have a Mario 64 cartridge and dump the ROM yourself.
Oh right. And this is on Gary's mod, or?
Yeah, well, this is the Gary's mod implementation of it is one.
Oh
I mean,
right.
The same because someone made a fork of the Mario 64 project to make it a library, and it's been ported to a few games: Gary's mod, Rocket League, Sonic Generations.
Oh wow.
Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas. Blender.
Yeah.
You just play Mario 64 in your Blender project, which apparently has been a useful tool for N64 modders to an extent.
Yeah.
So they can try out designs before actually trying to get it to fit in the ROM. Oh yeah, the Minecraft one, although that's all I call an older version of Minecraft at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think got like one update to a newer version, and that was it.
And is that like a pre-Microsoft version, or is that?
No, it's not that old. It's just a couple. It's like
right.
It's like 1.20 now. It's on the newest versions available for is 1.19, but
Yeah. No, that's not that long ago, really.
yeah, it's only annoying to me because of compatibility with certain other mod I'd like to use it with, but I can't.
Right.
Mainly the Archipelago randomizer, because the way the Archipelago randomizer works, using older versions doesn't really work in that environment because it's a mod of different mods that all have to talk to each other.
Oh yeah, what do you need the PAL oils for?
I just remember it was one of those resources that you couldn't automate, so I'm like, just grab it, so.
Yeah, fair play. I've just resorted to saving up nails to sell for crazy money to buy PAL oils.
Other people talk about catching the traveling merchant. I'm just thinking, like, he literally travels through my base anyway. Like, I'm just on his path. Oh, I'm holding a sword now. Wow.
Oh wait, were you saying they capture the traveling merchant and then?
Yeah, they actually capture the traveling merchant.
Oh wow! And then do you deploy that on your base to?
Yeah, deploy it or just send it out or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, that is a thing you can do apparently. At least so I've heard.
That's not bad.
I never tried it myself because I never felt like catching the friendly NPCs.
Yeah, yeah. Especially on a base where they're more likely to just die. So you'd have to empty out your base to.
Well, yeah. Well, then you have to also. Well, yeah. You also have to be like, okay. Oh yeah, if they die after you capture them, you have to wait 10 minutes before you can use them.
Yeah.
I guess there's no reason to leave them out, I guess, since their only use is to interact with them, so...
Be nice to know if they're invisible like the other NPCs there.
Although, how does he resupply if you capture them?
I've never managed to burn through his supplies. Does he have a truly limited amount?
Well, I mean, there isn't... I mean, they don't... I don't think there's a mechanic for that, but still, just conceptually, how do you keep buying stuff from them if you capture them? No, that got supply. I know supply will be a big thing in New Vegas, so my brother keep playing that one. But in that game, in New Vegas, merchants even have limited amount of money when you're selling stuff to them. That's something you have to keep an eye on too.
Yeah.
Yeah, New Vegas mechanics surprisingly makes a good multiplayer game, honestly. Even if the story progression is a bit weird and buggy. And because it's a mod, you could like cheat multiplayer by like saves coming stuff and dropping them and giving them to your friend and saves coming. Yeah, one really silly difference was a town needs a new sheriff, and one of their potential candidates was someone who used to be a sheriff somewhere else, but is in jail from the NCR now. So I decided to go and talk to the guy, but my brother comes in with a flamethrower and just starts torching everyone. Because apparently the particular faction that runs that took over the prison is the powdered keggers, which you have a run-in with the tutorial, and you either side with or against them. But I guess the game devs realized that they seem like they're effectively the antagonists regardless, because they're attacking the town, so most people side against them. So they give the option to bribe the guard, and that like lets you skirt past the fact that you sided against them earlier. So that not everyone's stuck playing as their enemies 90% of the time, because it's one of the more obvious choices at the beginning. Like, you know, or I guess it lets people have more options without having to be evil during the tutorial. Because once you get to know them, they actually, like, the thing is every faction has, like, something going on that makes their morality a bit more nuanced once you actually get to know them.
Yeah.
But ultimately everyone kind of sucks in their own way too, so. What's Ragnarok doing?
Yeah, it's especially the flying pals. They get really weird around these encampments.
This guy just beating me in the back and it's not doing anything.
You deserve this.
No, you got this one. Dude, there's like only one left. Oh, now it starts moving. Yeah, it's like he got unstuck the moment combat ended.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, is the sword ghosting in the game, or is that just my monitor?
No, it's ghosting on the stream as well.
Okay, because I had some lesser, like, I had some very minor, like, ghosting issues when playing, like, pixel art games, but I've not seen any ghosting in, like, full 3D games. I think just because the amount of, like, the blocks, like, moving on a grid is, like, a lot of change all of a sudden per pixel.
Yeah.
The monitors just take a second to refresh the pixels, but... That's the fact that the monitors...
And it's not the pixel game trying to imitate CRTs or something, is it?
Nah, it's just, like, just a weird motion blur on the monitor.
Right. Yeah, that's really weird. I never noticed that when I was using the sword.
Yes. Also, I don't know how much with the other ghosting. I don't know how much of it's like the fact that I'm running everything through a capture card, and the monitor technically has like a freaking like 90 something or 100 something refresh rate, but the capture card can only do 60, so it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I can only see ghosting on the sword though, so.
Yeah, the sword is definitely like it. The thing that caught my attention was like it's definitely way worse than the other ghosting my monitor does, like a country mile. So it's like, oh.
Oh yeah, the hair's doing it a bit, but that's.
Oh, I can only see that. I can only see it when my character like jerks around though.
Yeah.
Like the I wonder if it's like just some of the reflection effects aren't updating fast enough, and that's what's hanging. Because it's like you have the metal that's supposed to be like, you know, shiny, and then the hair might have some gloss to it too. You know, accommodate the fact it's supposed to be like, hypothetically it's a million strands of hair, but they're not like really modeling every strand, so it's like, oh, okay, let's do the lighting this way.
So is it just like the reflection being left behind, or?
That's what I'm theorizing, at least.
Right.
Yeah, because... Wait, hold on. The pickaxe doing it too? I guess it's also shiny, but... Although it's clear... If the pickaxe is doing it, it's definitely not as bad, because I don't really see it, but except for like in specific frames of the animation.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it at all on my pickaxe.
Because I wonder... Does the sword do it for you, though? Or is just my computer not keeping up?
I got rid of my sword ages ago, so I'll have to make a new one, but...
Oh. I haven't made a better melee weapon since, so I'm just... I have the sword, I guess. Just need the
I think the sword's the best, but I've just... not really needed melee. Certainly a lot
back.
more resource efficient to use it though.
Yeah, especially like when I'm just wandering around like catching these low-level pals.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit of ghosting, but it doesn't seem to be as extreme as in your stream. It's weird.
Yeah, well, it is doing my actual. It's not just like for me. It's not just the stream. It is happening in my game.
Yeah.
So it could just be a performance. The fact that it's worse for me is probably a performance thing. Because even though my game technically can run the game, it's probably not really happy about running at full settings.
Oh yeah, and do you have motion blur on? Because I always turn it off.
Yeah, I usually oh, it's on. It's on, I guess, but I always end up just not noticing. Or just not caring.
Oh, right.
That doesn't really fix the issue. Although
Oh, doesn't it? Oh, okay.
I mean, it definitely, like, it definitely doesn't have the motion blur applied to it anymore, so it's different in that sense, but it's still definitely happening.
Yeah.
But now I can see all the individual frames of the sword instead of a blurry mess being left behind.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
And you don't have like DLSS or FXR or whatever.
Oh, I don't even have DLSS. I don't even have the option to turn on DLSS. It's just grayed out. It's like, nope. It doesn't. Yeah, I shouldn't say off. Just say nope. Actually, God, if I was a developer out and I had options that were disabled, I would make it say nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had like a fancy graphics card that could do like a ray tracing, whatever. But
yeah, I mean, with me being 20 series, I tend to have it all switched off anyway.
oh yeah, like the 3D on my graphics card's at 99%. Not quite 100, so it's technically like just barely able to make this work without having issues, but and it's only what's 65 degrees Celsius.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, so you know, that's technically like just comfortable, like just comfortable enough.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's using. I'm curious how it's how that close to the top of the graph at 4.0, or is 4.0 the top of the graph? I guess that is just
3.7 does sound like a software maximum.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Oh, that's kind of harsh in for modern games that are only 4 gigabytes.
Well, that's just the dedicated GPU memory, not including the shared GPU memory, which is not using hardly any at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like the game not like optimizing these two resources between each other well, or.
Well,
how does this work? Actually,
as far as I know, you want to use as little shared memory as possible, just because it's so much slower. But,
oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Well, the fact that I feel like the fact that it's using none of it at all, though, is the thing. But
yeah, just because the GPU's got to talk to the CPU to communicate with the RAM, and it's just not great. Not great.
Yeah, no wonder Palworld the VR mod for Palworld didn't work like at all.
Yeah.
It was like it was a VR slideshow. Frame. And that was with the settings turned down in VR too. I mean, the fact that it didn't explode is probably impressive with this system, but Hold on, I might. Nah, I think it's gonna end up sitting at 99% for. It's gonna be maxing out the GPU regardless of the settings.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna use all of it.
I think it's only at like lower percentage when the game doesn't have the software technology to use the entire GPU. What the hell happened to your character?
I turned the graphics down. It didn't bother to load the lower res texture apparently.
Oh yeah, I guess that's what it's talking about when it suggests restarting the game. I kind of, yeah.
Yeah, because changing the texture real time is probably its own deal.
Yeah.
Also, waiting for some. I was keeping an eye on if there was any like Twitch interactive mods for this yet, and even Crowd Control only has a single player mod. So do you find that kind of thing neat?
How'd you get the password obfuscator?
Oh, that's there's like streamer mode mod.
Ah, nice.
It doesn't have any settings though. it just is.
Yeah.
Notice the IP is also censored, and I think it
that's not
obfuscates
bad.
like certain like Steam, like any kind of like Steam ID that pops up anywhere, it gets like censored as well.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't think I removed the image. Yeah, the image is still there though. The funny thing is the mod was relatively new when I looked it up too, so it wasn't like if I looked it up earlier, it wouldn't have been there.
Huh. Yeah, I've been, yeah. Oh. Is it?
I think I'm typing in something super similar to the password, but that's not the password, but I keep doing it over and over again.
You can't like type it somewhere else off screen and copy paste it, can you?
I don't know.
Wait.
You know, I think I'm just... There's this very similar word that I keep typing in instead of the actual password, and my brain keeps tripping on that same word every time.
Yeah, sorry, I made it so similar to the name.
The frames are absolutely a million times better. I think it's technically still doing it, but at this frame rate, it's like what you'd expect to see.
Yeah.
Because like even like in real life, your eyes kind of have that kind of thing to it, you know?
Yeah. And you don't really notice what you're not looking at.
Although one setting I definitely might want to turn back up to the drop distance. Like
I kind of like the spooky nature of that though. That you can't really see anything.
Yeah.
But I guess that probably looks really crap from high up.
Well, I mean, that's not fog. That's the end of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was like, oh hey, if it just got foggy at night, then that'd be one thing. And hell, even if like that's not how you don't see things, is you don't see the ocean suddenly. Even though the ocean's right there.
Like almost turned it into a horror game.
Although this rock is kind of just fugly.
Yeah.
Like I don't think, did it not load the texture quite right? Because it's kind of checkerboard, but it's also a textured checkerboard.
Yeah, I guess it's...
They like kind of load some of the texture, but not all of it. Like,
if you turn the anisotropic filtering up, does that make it smoother?
the anisotropic filtering.
I think that's what it's called. I can't really remember.
Anti-aliasing question mark?
Uh,
No, it's actually called that's.
Oh yeah, there's not really an option for it, is there?
Yeah, maybe think of some other game.
Well, it's just one of the ways that they make textures vary. Having textures sort of travel over the top of other textures.
So it has the texture loaded, but doesn't have the layering information. Also, the fact that I didn't actually restart the game. I just closed and reopened it, so it reloaded my character properly, but probably had some other textures cached still.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Like some of the world textures came out wrong when I loaded back in, even though it reloaded my character.
or Palworld just had a really bad gardener and the slabs have been falling into the ground.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of textures, man, I can't help but think of Left 4 Dead and the way they handle zombies. Like the common infected.
Oh, right. I've never really noticed anything.
Well, see, that's how you know they did a good job.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Like Valve does a lot of stuff in their games that falls into that. You'd only notice it if it wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know, which is kind of the sad truth of a lot of like little of having that level of attention to detail.
Yeah.
But God, yeah, like
I guess that's probably something that's made it so timeless without even noticing, though, because
yeah, like,
it still looks nice on my PC.
God, like they use the for the ragdolls. They use a combination of their physics engine and motion capture for the zombies dying.
Yeah.
That way, like the motion capture for the more realistic look, and then the ragdoll for the randomization.
Yeah, that rogue looks so much nicer now.
Yeah, very clearly just loaded in the texture, but didn't have like the other information.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, speaking of things like that kind of thing, got the Ocarina Time Room on the Switch emulation. Like, you remember remember anything about that going around, or?
No.
Oh yeah, it was like because the emulation wasn't perfect. It would load all the textures they used in, but not the effects. And one of the things they did to add a bit of noise to the water texture was just use a gravel texture. So it would load in the gravel texture over everything, and none of the water texture or transparency effects were working, so it just made the water look really super ugly, and otherwise probably the single most atmospheric scene in the game.
Like the effects of industry.
Yeah, and there are all comments too that technically it technically is kind of unfair to compare like fan emulators that have had years upon years of just passion development over it versus the company with deadlines and budgets. But
yeah,
it's like one of the few things that fans are actually in a better position to get right than the companies, because they don't have to care about time time sinks or anything, or loss of time or sunk cost.
Yeah.
They just keep working on it until it's done, no matter how long it takes. But even still, what Nintendo does with their emulation tends to be even below what you should expect from companies doing emulation. At least, definitely when they, especially since their Switch emulator was worse than their Wii emulator. In terms of how it handled certain graphic effects. Oh god, there's one game that, I mean, it's now totally defunct, but when I was playing with the family, it was bought by Sony, and Sony was kind of the second hosting of it. It was like, I can't remember the main title, but the subtitle was Saga of Heroes. It was one of those, like, it was an MMO that came out right after WoW did. It had this weird...
Right.
So it's kind of like, or no, it was like developed during the EverQuest area, but it was launched after WoW launched. So it had this weird hodgepodge of like classic MMO design, but some more modern stuff too. Especially with it being bought by Sony and then tweaked even more. But the thing I was thinking about was the optimization, because out of everyone in the room we were all playing together, like I probably had the weakest machine, but I turned all the settings all the way down, like even like more so than I really needed to. And like apparently that fixed some stability issues with the game, because I never crashed. And I don't think that was a hardware thing. I think there were just some issues with the way certain things were implemented that if I turned the settings down, I just bypassed whatever code was crashed in the game. And I would always load in first. Like, I don't know, like I had like network priority or something at the time, somehow. Like every game we played, even though I had the worst machine, I'd load in before everyone.
Oh, nice.
And then like, I don't think I had a better hard drive than anyone. Maybe just because I had a smaller one? Maybe having a smaller hard drive did make it a bit faster because it had less volumes to look through.
Yeah, I don't know anything about LAN gaming, so...
Well, I mean, we're still all playing online. Well, in this case, we're all playing online still. Hell, I think even when my dad hosted Left 4 Dead, or when we did Left 4 Dead lobbies, I don't think my dad ever turned on the local server option, so even that was still on Valve servers. Even though we could have done it LAN, but it wasn't like it was an issue either. I think until the brief period where I tried experimenting with trying to get a 5-player mod running, which did work, but it was at the tail end of us playing Left 4 Dead, so my brother did them. Because that was when it was, like, my dad lived with my stepmom and a stepbrother with my brother, so that was 5 of us total.
Yeah, right.
Which is an awkward number of player for most games.
Yeah.
Since usually it's like 4, 4 players max.
Yeah, I really don't like the sort of 4-player status quo.
Well, I mean, you gotta pick a number.
It makes sense in some ways. It's just sort of just a bit too small.
Although, also awkward sometimes is finding the game for exactly 3 players. Granted, most 4-player games can adapt to 3, but you know.
Yeah.
Now, before Gray left, Chaos Core was like 5 people, so that made things a bit weird for a while.
Huh.
Although that did mean we had enough people to do full private lobbies in Dead by Daylight, so there's that. That's a 4v1 multiplayer game.
Wait, I assumed it was like 3v1.
No, because you have 4 survivors, and you queue in a group of 4 in the public queue as 4 survivors. That's your 4-player. But then the killer is 1 other player.
Yeah.
But you could run a full private lobby where everyone is your friends, including the killer. And that would be a 5-player.
Yeah.
And private lobbies will also just have everything unlocked for you, too. Like, you didn't have to grind or anything.
Huh.
You could just play the game however you wanted. Which is nice. I wish that should be like the standard, really. If like
Yeah, at
game-
least a sandbox mode.
Yeah, there was some, or at the very least, yeah, at least an option for like, hey, if it's all private, everyone could just have everything unlocked. You don't have to worry about if your friends progress further, farther, or whatever. If you're,
Yeah.
I think Brawlhalla lets you play as any of the heroes in local couch games. It's only if you want to play
Nice.
online do you have to buy into the characters.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, though, if you want to play as like one of the fancy skins like Anakin, because they recently did a thing where you could be like Avatar Aang or whatever, but since they're just skins of, you have to buy them, but they're just skins of existing characters.
Yeah.
And that's probably the way they handled it because of licensing and stuff.
That's a game I've never tried, but I got for the sort of multiplayer aspect. How many players can you do local multiplayer?
Oh, for Brawlhalla?
Yeah.
I know there's at least 8.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
although if you're playing with 8 players, you're better. You probably they have some like sports modes where you like have to get the ball in the goal and stuff like that, and that's better suited for 8 players than the standard fighting. Although you still can do it if you love just chaos.
Yeah. It's just most of the local multiplayer games I have is for when I'm with my nephews and nieces, and there's 9 of them. So
Oh, yeah,
it's usually chaos anyway.
Yeah, Brawlhalla has 8
that
players.
age.
Hello. Lunch. Mum is preparing bacon.
Yeah, never got to enjoy a full 8-player Smash Brothers though, because at this point just me and my brother, and it's local, and 8 players is local only. So
Yeah.
I kind of wish they let you at least do 4 players plus 4 amiibo, but yeah, that'd be a fun setup.
Yeah. I gotta go. Right.
All right, talk to you later.
Yeah.
Oh, shiny. I mean, lucky. Shiny, lucky, same thing. Catch.
The nibble. Oh yeah, just noticed your inventory before I walked away from my PC XD. There's a legendary rifle and rocket launcher at your base I left there.
Oh. Alright, thank you. Check out a lot of Oh, need to clear my stuff. Oh. Not even looking, just clicking stuff randomly, hoping it goes in. Oop. Way on the console. Oh, oh. Oh. I think I saw the Mercy ring on. Yeah. A bit of. Anyway, getting easily distracted. Cheers, what is the bottleneck here? There's a weed. Oh, god damn it. Fuck, I didn't have the ring on.